Welcome to Walk the Line. Well, I'm your host, OG Chris Murray, to give you my Dynasty Mad League Week 3 Golden Picks. But I couldn't do this show by myself. This week, I'm joined by King Vitamin, the owner of the LA Rams. What's going on, King Vitamin?
What's going on, Chris Murray, man? Glad to be here for the show, man.
Yeah, man, it's a lot going on right now in the league. Your LA Rams, man, look like they ready to make a playoff breakthrough. You just went up against the top 10 usual expert, man, and that week 2 matchup, man. What's your thoughts on your team? Entering week 3. I know it's a little early, but you sitting at 2-0, man. What's your thoughts on your team right now?
Man, I feel good about the team, man. We had some holes, man, that probably wasn't obvious to like the rest of the league, but we had some holes we needed to fill. We picked up Patrick Peterson in the all season to fill a void in our secondary, and we shored up the offensive line with that 4th pick. So we kind of tightened up both sides of the ball, man. It's going to allow us to do some things that we weren't able to do the previous couple seasons. So hopefully it'll work out for us. But like you said, it's early, but we're going to see where it goes, man.
Man, you're looking good right now, man. So hopefully that no injury can keep pushing y'all in the right direction. But let's dive into these week 3 picks. First up, we got under 2 rated in the Washington Redskins versus 85 in the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Washington Redskins team, they sitting at 0-2, but this team right here, man, made a lot of solid moves in the offseason, bringing in a lot of talent in the draft and also making some moves in free agency. Right now, the offense, man, is not, doing the job they're supposed to be doing. They're only averaging 10 points per game, and they're pretty much ranked in the bottom of all categories in offensive side of the ball. But, however, their defense is balling out right now. They're ranked 11th points allowed, only giving up 18 points per game. Passing yards, the secondary is stepping up, only giving up 173 a game, which is holding them right now on the 11th spot. But that front 4 is getting after those running backs and is locking the running game down, ranked 3rd. Entering this matchup, man, what's your thoughts on the Redskins versus the Saints? Like, even though I get those key stats, he's going up against the back-to-back Super Bowl champs. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. Like you said, the defense coming in 3rd for rushing yards per game, and they only allowing 18 points per game. But, Addy, man, he going to throw that rock, and he going to get Kamara involved. And the only weakness that I see for the Redskins really right now is the fact that they're only putting up like 10 points per game. That's 29th in the league, and that's not going to cut it, man. So he got to find a way to get the ball down the field and open up things so he can put more points, because 10 points is just not going to be enough against Addy and those Saints.
Yeah, and I got to agree with you on that, man. Like, that's the number one thing right now I think that's standing out to me also, too. He's facing a guy, man, that, his offense is just on another level, like, just period, shit like that. So he's going to have to figure out how he's going to be able to, number one, most importantly, keep his defense, because his defense definitely going to be battle-tested this week, But his defense is going to have to figure out how to stop the New Orleans Saints offense, but his offense is going to have to figure out how to put points up. Right now Vegas has the line on this game with the Saints being favored by 12.5 points. Who you got with your pick in this matchup?
Got to roll with the Saints, man. Got to go with the Saints. 2-time Super Bowl winner, back-to-back in the Dynasty. I believe that he played in actually 3 this year. Lost the first one to Andy Force, man. But I'm rolling with them Saints, man. It might get out of hand.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to agree with you on this one. I think Vegas got this right. I'm taking the Saints, too. Expecting that New Orleans Saints team to be pumped up at home, getting the W going into week 4. Next up, we got Jay and the Seattle Seahawks versus Darkness and the Tennessee Titans. Now, this Seattle Seahawks team, they sitting at 1-1, so they looking good, but I'm confused. I'm just confused about the Seattle Seahawks organization, okay? You give away, a top-tier wide receiver in Rashard Bass, and you don't fill a void with nobody else. Y'all let Doug Baldwin walk, so it's like, I don't know what's going on out there in Seattle, but hey, they're sitting at 1-1. They're going up against Darkness this week in the Tennessee Titans, man. Like I mistake this every single season until I see something different. This Tennessee Titans team, man, has so much talent, but they can't seem to get out of their own way. Man, what's your thoughts on this game right here, Vitamin?
Man, that's a division foe, man. He's been doing his thing. He's got that second-year quarterback. I can't call his name right now, but that dude is balling, man. He'll throw it on you. He'll tuck the ball in a read option and run it, man. He got some nice pieces in place, man, to make some noise. And I think I want to say that he's gonna come and pull this win off against the Titans. But we'll see how that works out. I mean, right now, his offense isn't that bad, man. He's putting up 24 points per game, which is ninth in the league, and his defense is only allowing 125 rushing yards a game, which is that's quite a bit. But I think he can overcome it with that offense, though.
Yeah, I'm at the Jay's playing. He's playing a solid game. He's playing solid right now so far. He's running the ball well, and like you said, that dual threat quarterback is definitely. He's the monkey wrench, man, because it's making guys have to, even if you want to use a certain player, you got to keep in mind, once you take that player out of coverage, now you're potentially opening up the field to where that quarterback can sit there and scramble for 10 to 15 yards, so you got to keep that in mind when you play against the Seattle Seahawks team. Vegas right now has the Seattle Seahawks favorite on the road by 4.5 points. With this pick, who are you taking?
I'm going to go ahead and roll with Houdini, man. I think Houdini's going to win this game. It may be close, but, I'm going to roll with Houdini and those Seattle Seahawks, man.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on this one, too, man. I think Jay is definitely going to pull it out on the road. Just how that team is balling right now. I think he got, that quarterback, man, is just so dangerous,
Yes, he is.
It's making guys got to think, do you want to sit back and take your linebacker all the way halfway down the field and leave a bunch of green right in front of that quarterback, or do you want to sit down and spy the quarterback and then potentially give up a big passing play down the field? So I think that Vegas got this one right also, and we 2 for 2 right now with the same picks. Taking the Seahawks, getting a W, going into week 4. Next up, we got skill trade and the Buffalo Bills versus T-Pain and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This right here is pretty much one of the games you got to call it how you see it, man. It's pretty much this is the shit bowl. Even though the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are sitting, I believe, 1-1 right now, it still, to me, is the shit bowl because these are two guys that just can't seem to get out of the bottom pack. Each season, both of these teams are finishing below 500. So, with this pick, what's your thoughts on this game right here, man? Because in my eyes, it's exactly what it is, man. The shit bowl game. So I want to see your input on it.
Yeah, man. T-Pain, that's my man. We was in the same division last cycle. We had our little ups and downs, but that's my man. And he seemed to be pretty excited about his team. I saw him lighting up the chat room after his victory the other day and whatnot. So he's confident going into this game. Both of these teams, offensive and defensively, kind of at the bottom, 30th, 29th, those numbers like that, which, is never good coming into a game. But you got two teams that are sitting at the bottom on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. But T-Pain is only averaging 12 points per game, and he's giving up 30. And I'm looking at the Bills, and they're averaging 21 points per game, and they're giving up 31. So the stats say that the Bills are going to win, but I think I'm gonna take T-Pain on this. What you think?
Yeah, I'm just we tossed up in the air with this one, man. This right here though. To be honest, if T-Pain, if any one of these teams decide they want to make the playoffs, this is a must-win game for both guys. This is a win that you have to mark on your calendar as a W.
Right.
But I think as far as stick skill wise, T-Pain got the upper hand on skill tree. And I think he has more talent on both sides of the ball, than skill trade in the Bills. So with this pick right here, too, I'm going to agree with you. 3 for 3, taking the Bucks. Even though Vegas has the Bills favorite by 2.5 points, I think we both guessing that Vegas got this one wrong. And we taking those Tampa Bay Bucks, getting a W, going into week 4. Next up, we got Tone Dog and the Oakland Raiders versus the Scheme and the New England Patriots. Now, this right here, I'm telling you, I'm looking at this game right here, I'm getting that playoff vibe feeling from this game right here because these are two teams that basically pretty much at the end of the year is going to be in a playoff race to make it to try to lock in a spot in a tough AFC conference. What's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
Yeah, this game definitely have a playoff vibe to it, man. Two AFC teams. I'm looking at Tone, and I don't think he played his game this weekend, so he's sitting at 1-0, and he's doing pretty good across the board, offensively and defensively. Mainly on defense, right? He's only allowing 115 passing yards a game, and that's, you can't say nothing about that, man. That's just straight up good right there. 115 yards a game. I mean, you shutting your opponent down, but even though it's just one game, so he's doing something. And when you look at the Patriots, they're averaging 342 yards per game. So it's going to be up to Tone to do what he's doing on defense to keep that Patriot attack down. But looking at both of these teams, I want to give the edge to Tone, but the schemer, he's been balling since he's been in the league, man. So I think I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one right here. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay. I gotta agree with everything you just said, man. Both of these guys right now are, playing high level football. Even though it's just early, we're only week 3 into the season. But Tone, man, looking at this guy, how he's got these Oakland Raiders clicking right now on both sides of the ball, man. He's utilizing his offensive weapons to the max. Meaning, Amari Cooper, he's understanding how dangerous Amari Cooper is in this game, and right. Off of that week 1 performance, we didn't even get to check him out in this week 2 matchup. But I know he's going to go off, but just off of what he did in week 1, going off for 100 and I believe, 27 receiving yards?
Right.
He's figuring things out. And he always had the defense, right. But he's figuring out how to get that offense going. Now, I watched this schemer play against the Jets in his week 2 matchup. Even though he lost, it seems like every single season, the schemer and them New England Patriots team is kicking it up a notch every single season. So I think this game is going to come down to who can create turnovers. It's just simple as that. Who can create turnovers? And in my head right now, what my brain is telling me is the Oakland Raiders has the edge on this game. So with my pick, I'm going to have to part ways with you, and I'm going to have to go with the Oakland Raiders, even though Vegas has the New England Patriots favorite by 5.5 points. Next up, we got the big homie and the Cincinnati Bengals versus BGs and the Baltimore Ravens. The first, this is going to be pretty much a neck-and-neck race for who wants the division, because I believe right now, currently, this is my division mate. I believe the Cincinnati Bengals had a division sitting at 2-0. So what's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
Yeah, I'm looking at the big homie, man, sitting 2-0. He got 2 games in. Stat-wise, he's only giving up 6 points per game, which is first in the league, man. So he's doing something right on defense. Then you turn around and you look at the Baltimore Ravens. They're sitting at 0-2 right now, averaging 17 points a game. But, on the defensive side of the ball, they're giving up 285 yards per game, which is middle of the pack. But rushing yards, they're allowing 136 yards per game, which is 28th in the league. So, I think I'm going to roll with the division leader, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the big homie on this one right here, man. What you think?
My thoughts on this is I think the schedule's a little bit fluke. I'm just going to say that right now, because I'm not taking nothing away from the big homie being 2-0, but I think that the Ravens played against tougher opponents than the Bengals, and I think that this is going to be a game that the Baltimore Ravens get back on track. Even though these two teams split last season, with both guys taking a W and both guys taking the L, I think that just looking at the roster, man, BGs with Allen Robinson, Sammy Watkins, Cam Newton, that offense, I think this is the week that offense will get going, because the big homie in the Cincinnati Bengals secondary right now is not playing high caliber ball. Like I said, I believe that the reason why the stats is padded is due to the user that he was facing. So with my pick, I'm definitely going to have to part ways with you also on this one. I'm taking BGs and the Baltimore Ravens at home with Vegas, with those guys being favored by 10 points. Now, I don't think he's going to cover the spread, but I definitely think he's going to get the W, man, going into week 4. Next up, we got Hamilton and the Minnesota Vikings versus my Cleveland Browns. And this right here, man, is going to be an interesting matchup for my Cleveland Browns. You know, we started off the season facing, in my opinion, two of the top 10 users in the DML with Rich and those New York Jets, and then taking a tough loss to KP and those Kansas City Chiefs. This game right here is a must-win, like just flat out for my Cleveland Browns. Like the pressure is on us because there's no way you want to start off 0-3 and thinking that, you know, in a tough conference where you need at least 10 wins to at least consider yourself a playoff spot. You know, because we had some guys last year that had 11 wins and didn't even make it into the playoffs. So I definitely think this is a must-win for my guys, and I'm going to have to figure out, most importantly, how to be patient and not rush things, because Hamilton is a guy that's not going to come out and try to go neck to neck with you, meaning you score in 30 seconds, he's trying to come out and score in 30 seconds. I have to be patient. I think in this matchup, I'm going to have to win the time of the possession of the ball. But I never go against myself, so I'm definitely going to take my Cleveland Browns, getting the W, our first W of the season, get back in on track, man, trying to make a push for the playoffs. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, man, you're right about patience, man. I had to exercise that at the beginning of this season, man. You got to be patient and let the game come to you and try not to do too much. But yeah, I'm looking at your stats, man. You look real good on offense. I mean, you're top 10 in every stats. I mean, at yards per game, you putting up 363 yards and rushing yards, 117 yards per game, which is excellent, man. 24 points per game. And then I turn around and I look at the Minnesota Vikings, and they're damn near ass. And on the offensive side of the ball, excuse me, man, but like, you know, 32nd in points per game scoring, man. He's averaging 7 points per game, man, and that's just not gonna cut it right there. And also, but on the defensive side of the ball, he's 6th in passing yards, only allowing 219. So, yeah, no, I don't think this is a hard game to call, man. I think you're gonna mop the floor with Hamilton, man, straight up. So, you know, I picked the Browns to win this game, man.
So we both going with Vegas, man. Vegas got me favored by 3.5 points. We both think Vegas got it right. My Browns with the W going into week 4. Next up, we got Kirk and the Green Bay Packers versus Flair and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, this is not even a no-brainer right here, you know, but it's just crazy, man, looking at this Pittsburgh Steelers organization, how it just did a whole 360. Like, this was the organization, this was a dynasty organization. Now it's just a pit stop for the bums, you know, like this team, I believe, probably won a total, 3 seasons in, correct?
Right.
I think out of 3 seasons, this team only won approximately, 9 games? You mean to tell me out of, what's that, 17, 34, 51 games, this guy only won 9 games.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. But let's still stop, man. Talk about Kirk and Green Bay Packers. Alright. MVP candidate running back, what's his name? Colbert went down.
Ooh, yeah.
Went down week 1. Now, looking at this Green Bay Packers team, man, it seems like they're not missing them at all. You know, they're putting up 24 points per game, going off for a total of averaging 350 yards per game, and their defense is playing solid too, except for that secondary. But he's managed to only allow 12 points per game. So, do you think that the injury to running back Karan Colbert helped the team, or do you think that it put him on a downslide? Because these stats is, in my eyes, he's playing flat out lights out football.
Yeah, man, I don't think that injury hurt at all. I mean, you never want your star player to be hurt, and that guy's a complete animal, man. I was looking at him earlier today. I remember that guy in the draft, man. But yeah, just because he went down, man, the train's still rolling, man. And Flair, man, he coming for you, man. I mean, he's still averaging 134 rushing yards per game. You know, putting up 24 points per game. I mean, you know, he's damn near in the top 10 in every stat except for points per game, which he's 24. And, you know, Flair's only averaging 8 points per game, and he's having trouble, you know, stopping the pass and, you know, stopping the run and everything, man. So, I mean, this is another no-brainer, man. Green Bay Packers all day right here.
Yeah, I'm have to agree with you on that, too, man. The Packers getting a W. I mean, we agree with Vegas. Vegas has them favored by a whopping 17.5 points. I think Vegas got it right, man. I think he's going to cover the spread, too, man. That's just me, you know, jumping off the edge. I think the Packers are going to come out there in Pittsburgh and beat the living shit out of them. But that's just my thoughts, man. Next up, we got HBO and the Dallas Cowboys versus Westside Pablo and the New York Giants. Now, if y'all didn't know, you know, in my opinion, HBO made one of the most golden moves that you can think about besides my man Natty Ice and the money team over there with those Eagles. But he made one of the most craziest deals this offseason, requiring Rashard Bass to pair up with already young, phenomenal wide receiver Joseph Myers. But if you did not watch his game against the Saints, Joseph Myers is out, you know, and Rashard Bass is out. So this guy's going to have to figure out how to get that offense going without being able to throw the ball. One wide receiver, because he don't have nobody. I mean, nobody. Unless you're going to pass the ball to Ezekiel Elliott, but you don't want to risk Ezekiel getting hurt. But quick question, man. Would you rather take an L to HBO, or would you rather take an L to Flair? Before we get into this pick, man.
Wow, man, you putting me on the spot now. Shit, man. HBO, man, I actually took a loss to his ass last year, man. I was all fucked up last year, but I mean, you know, I can't talk about it without mentioning that. I was like a fucking hypocrite, man. But you know, I'm watching HBO, man, and he be doing his thing. He be balling, man. I mean, it don't hurt to have fucking 97 speed wide receivers on the outside, man, and those guys, man, they're not only will they burn you, they'll catch that ball in traffic, man, in the end zone and pull it down on you. So that's going to really hurt him having those guys out, man. So I guess he's going to have to feed the beast. You're going to have to feed Zeke until he can get those guys back. But you know, 20 points per game is not bad, and he's going up against a Giants team that made some pretty good moves in the draft and in the offseason. And I think the Giants is going to take advantage of not having to deal with, you know, two speedy wide receivers beating them deep all day. He can stack the box, and I think that's where the Giants are going to win this game. Stack the box, stop Zeke, ball game. Game over Giants is my pick.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely have to agree with you on that, because entering this matchup, you know, this Westside Pablo's secondary was flat out getting torched. You know, they ranked 25th, giving up a total of 183 passing yards. You know, and having Joseph Myers on one side of the field and then having Rashard Bass on one side of the field, those guys can easily go off for 183 by themselves. You know, so I definitely think Westside Pablo and that New York Giants organization was smiling from ear to ear when they seen that guy went down, and they seen that injury report come across the screen with being out for 3 weeks. You know, I definitely think he's going to take advantage of that. Like you said, stack the box. Put an extra person on Zeke when he's dropping out in a passing coverage. So that's it. That's the game plan right there. Stack the box when he go to pass it. Double team Zeke. Force him to beat you with somebody else. You know, and they get your offense going. You know, get your offense going. I think he's hurting at that linebacker position. Expose it. Tear that middle of the field up. It's a little bit of KFC being given out. I mean, but you know, give you a little drumstick. Westside Pablo. But I definitely going to get the W, man. I think he's going to get the W going into week 3. Vegas has him favored by 7 points. We both think Vegas got that right. He's taking the Giants, getting the W going into week 4. Moving on, we got Marizi and the Indianapolis Colts versus Sweets 99 and San Francisco 49ers. Sweets 99 is doing exactly what he's been doing all year long. You know, flat out balling, putting together the best team that he can put together, and pretty much he's winning games. What's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
Yeah, you got two undefeated teams, man. AFC team versus NFC team. Of course, Sweets is in my division. He won it actually all 3 seasons so far, man. So I got to get a grip on that shit right there, like real fast. But both of these teams are undefeated, man. And you look at Sweets, man. He's real consistent. He'll run it. He'll throw it. You know, he don't really try too much fancy stuff, which is, you know, a good thing. You know, you want to kind of keep it simple, but at the same time mix it up. He's averaging 41 points a game, man, and that's only a one-game sample, but that's not a fluke either. So it's not like, you know, one of the bottom players putting up 41 points first game, and you be like, I don't really know, but he put up points on you, and he looks good all across the board, except for he's giving up. He's only averaging 120 passing yards per game for the one game, which is pretty surprising, which is 31st in the league. Then you look at a team like the Colts, who's allowing 232 yards per game passing. So maybe Sweets can open it up some, but I think this is going to be a very interesting game, man. I don't think that it's going to be a blowout on either side, you know, by Sweets or whatnot, but I think I'm going to give the edge to Sweets on this just because, you know, he's been battle-tested. You know, he's in a tough division, and but I don't want to underestimate the Colts, man. He's got a good team. He's got a good roster. He got some real good offensive linemen that I've been checking out, man. But I'm going to give the edge to the 49ers on this one right here, man. That's my pick.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on this one, man, because this is a game right here. Like, when you're facing top 10 DML users, these are the games that you have to make yourself battle-tested, meaning these are the guys you're going to potentially be facing in the playoffs. Like, as simple as that. So these are matchups that you want to sit there and gain some momentum on. And right now, looking at the stats, the Colts is not ready for this matchup. You know, they're only averaging 19 points per game. You know, and you got the 49ers on the other hand, like you said, is putting up 41. You know, like, it's not a user, like you said, that just miraculously put up 41 points. This is a guy that knows how to come out and execute his offense and his game plan. So I definitely think that the Colts right now is not ready for this matchup, you know. But prove me wrong with Reezy, man. Put that chip on your shoulder and come out, man, with that mindset attitude that you here to state your name on the DML, man, because this is a matchup that you're going to have to come out and play excellent ball on both sides of the ball. But I definitely think that, you know, Sweets is going to come out, do what he do, get the W going into week 4. Vegas has the 49ers favored by 10 points. We both agree that Vegas got it right. We both taking the 49ers getting the W going into week 4. Moving on, we got KP and the Kansas City Chiefs versus Matty Ice and the Philadelphia Eagles. These are, like I said earlier about that Raiders and the Patriots matchup. This is a playoff atmosphere game right here, man.
Absolutely.
This game could potentially be a Super Bowl preview, because these are two guys that can get to the Super Bowl and make a deep playoff run. I just played against this Kansas City Chiefs team. KP in that offense, man, is crazy, but he's entering this matchup without his starting quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is still down, sidelined due to injuries. Man, you got the Philadelphia Eagles doing what they do, been doing for the past 3 seasons, man. Coming out, balling on another level. I mean, this ain't nothing new for Matty Ice. What's your thoughts on this game right here?
Yeah, you got like 2 of the dynasty heavyweights right here, 2 of the OGs, man. We've seen these guys battle all throughout the league, man, leaving their mark, man. You got a guy like KP, who's a 4-time dynasty Super Bowl champion when he was running things with them Detroit Lions a couple cycles ago. And you got a guy like Matty Ice, who's always been like right there, man, just right there to you know, copping one of those Super Bowl rings, man. But it's gonna be a good game. I think that Matty Ice plays a more balanced game. You know, he'll throw it on you and he'll run it. When we know KP, he gonna launch that shit on you. You know, he likes those fast. He likes those fast receivers, and they'll get downfield on your ass real quick, man. But Matty Ice got a decent secondary, man. And his defense, you know, shows that, man. I mean, he's 7th in points, only allowing 13 points per game. 2-game sample, of course. He's first in passing yards allowed. eighth in passing yards allowed and seventh in rushing yards allowed. And he's first in total yards, 183 yards per game, which is excellent, man. But then you look at KP, man, he's averaging 289 passing yards per game, which is second. And he's fourth overall total offense. So this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. I think balance is going to rule the day right here. I think Matty Ice is going to come out and throw the ball. He's going to run it. And I think that defense is going to find a way to shut down those speedy wide receivers out in Kansas City. This is a game that can go either way. It's a preview of a potential Super Bowl. But I'm going to give the edge to those Eagles, man. Those Eagles, Matty Ice and those Eagles right here.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy game, man. This is going to come down to pretty much what defense can slow down both of these high-power offense, you know. I'm taking, my gut is telling me to go with the Chiefs after witnessing and watching how these guys play. But those Philadelphia Eagles are home, and it's hard to go against these Eagles when they're home because they feed off that crowd energy. Vegas has the Eagles favored by 10 points. I think Vegas got the spread wrong. I don't think he's going to blow KP out, but I definitely think he's going to lock in a W going into week 4. I'm taking Matty Ice, so we agree with this pick right here, man. Next up, we got a game right now that we pretty much want to skip past because we're waiting to fill that void with those New York Jets. You know, we don't know what new ownership will be taking over the organization, but whatever ownership is pretty much, I think SJ's will be prepared for it, man. So make sure everybody tune into that game, man. Be on the lookout for who's going to fill that void. But moving on, we got what y'all voted in as the DML game of the week. We got your Los Angeles Rams, King Vitamin, versus Chef Scuba and those Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to let you lead on this one. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, man, division game, you know. Yo, this NFC West is pretty tough, man. You know, we got some ballers in this damn division, man. Straight up. You know, for me, man, you know, I kind of struggle playing an opponent the first time and the second time, and that's if they're a good opponent, which I know he's a good opponent. And it takes me maybe like to the third or fourth game to really pick up on the tendencies, man. So I plan to come out, man, and play to what I've been seeing him doing the last couple of times that we played, man, and try to get this W. He's sitting at 1-1 right now. I think his quarterback and his running back is in dynasty jail for a rules violation for our game, which is unfortunate. But you know, nevertheless, man, he's a good opponent, man, and his defense ain't looking too good right now. He's 26th in the league points per game, and he's rushing yards. He's 32nd in the league, man. So I mean, no free chicken, but we're gonna run that rock with Gurley, man. Playing he don't get hurt. But you know, and we looking okay, 30 points per game, which is 5th in the league, and defensively we kind of middle of the pack across the board, you know, except for like passing yards we're like 18th, and rushing yards we're 14th. But long story short, man, I think we're gonna come out and get this W. I don't know what Vegas got to say about it, but you know what they talking about in Vegas right there, Murray.
Man, I'm telling you right now, man, Vegas is saying that the Rams, man, is coming out, man, getting that W. They got y'all heavily favored by 4 points. Now, looking at this matchup right here, man, like you mentioned, his quarterback and his running back is down. This is a matchup where you're going to want your running back and your quarterback in. So, you know, right now you got your foot on his throat. I say don't take it off. Even though Chef Scooper is a good user, it's hard to play without your starting quarterback and your starting running back. Because now, you know, you got to sit there. You got to try to get a new guy in the rotation, get him familiar with the wide receivers. There's just a lot going on, you know, in a short period of time. So I definitely think you got the advantage. And after coming off of an excellent victory over Expert and those tough Jacksonville Jaguars, I think that your confidence level is through the roof right now. And Ty Gurley, like you said, the way he was running that rock in that last matchup, it seems like we're starting to see that old Ty Gurley that we was used to seeing, / that old King Vitamin that we was used to seeing. Now, I don't mean to be putting the pressure on your shoulders here, but it seems like it seems like we starting to see that King Vitamin that we grown to know. I mean, and I think Vegas got this one right now. I don't think that Seth Scooper is going to have enough time to prep with those new guys and getting put in the rotation. So I'm going with the LA Rams, getting the W going into week 4. Next up, we got.
Hey. Now go ahead.
Next up, we got tight work in the Miami Dolphins versus expert at Jacksonville Jaguars. Yo, this week 3 is crazy, man. We got some crazy matchups, man. Like, we done went through probably like 4 potential playoff matchups, man. Like, it's crazy. But this right here is another playoff atmosphere vibe, man. It's just like, it's crazy. And what's your thoughts on this game right here, though, man? Like, this game is crazy. Like, this week is crazy.
Yo, these two teams right here, although expert is 0-2 and tight work is 1-1, the stat line offensively and defensively, they mirror each other. I mean, they really mirror each other. It's like they playing the same game right now. I mean, for example, you know, the Jags are allowing 146 rushing yards per game, which is 30th. Then you look at the Dolphins in tight work, they are allowing 149, which is 31st. You know, so this game can be all about the run game. Who can stop it and who can run it? You know, it may just come down to that. I'm not so sure passing wise. I know Dak overthrew a couple wide open receivers earlier today. I don't know what's going on with that, but I think this may come down to who can stop the run. You know, the other team may just run over the other team, man. And Fournette, you know, might go ahead and get busy in this game. This is really a tough one to call. I don't know where Vegas sits on this, but just looking at the numbers, man, they're so close, man. They're identical damn near, but I think confidence may be hitting some of those Jag players right now, not necessarily expert himself. Tight work got a real sneaky game that he plays, man. He'll do what you don't expect. You know, when you expecting this, he'll do some other shit, man. So I think I'm going to give the edge to the Dolphins in this one, but I want to see expert play a good game, and I think it's going to be a good game. This could be a turnaround game for expert, but right now it's definitely a must-win situation. But I think I'm going to roll with them Dolphins, man. You know, what you think on this?
Listen, man, I'm telling you right now, man, this right here is going to be a crazy game, but this is a must-win for expert. You know, the pressure is on for the Jacksonville Jaguars because we're used to the Jacksonville Jaguars starting off hot. You know, this guy, I believe, went 15-1. But his record for the last 2 seasons are 30-2. So this is something that the Jacksonville Jaguars, you know, are not used to pretty much knowing. You know, these guys, since Dak took over the helm at the quarterback position, these guys knew one thing and one thing only: dominating the regular season. So this is a little bit different feel for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But these 2 guys, man, you can't look at their record because you got 2 guys that made it to the dance and won it, with tight work winning 2 back-to-back banners and expert winning the banner last cycle with the Houston Texans. So
yeah,
this right here, man, is going to come down to, in my opinion, who can figure out how to get things going fast, because both of these guys on the offense side of the ball seem that their defense is dead. The defense is dead, but their offense seem to be playing a little bit sluggish, you know, coming out, not getting things going in the defense, you know, being fatigued for being on the field too long or giving up plays, and now they're playing from behind. So I think this game is going to come down to who can get their offense going first, whether it's the run game or whether it's the passing game. But I'm going to have to sideways with you on this one. I think expert at home, you know, taking 2 tough back-to-back losses is going to, you know, clear his mind, feed off that home crowd energy, and get the W going into week 4. Now, Vegas has the Dolphins favored, even though they're on the road. It's in hostile territory, favored by 3 points. You think Vegas got it right? I think Vegas got it wrong. So let's see who get that W going into week 4, man. Next up, that's going to be a crazy one. Next up, we got Taz and the Detroit Lions versus the Bucs and the Chicago Bears. Taz, you know, just watching, you know, him play week after week after week is just crazy. Like, you could tune into any Detroit Lions game from the beginning of the cycle up to this point, and I'm telling you, you could pick out some beyond crazy Madden BS. Like I'm talking about beyond crazy. Like whether it's a linebacker doing a Superman dive and he's throwing the ball 30 yards down the field, a linebacker just jumping up like he's Superman and just picking the ball off, or whether it's one of his linemen just standing up looking like they need a water break. It's just crazy, man. You could pick out something from his game that Madden decides to just magically just pull out, at any random moment. But you got to keep it pushing, like you got to keep it pushing. Entering this matchup, the Bucs and those Chicago Bears, they look like the Chicago Bears that we grown accustomed to seeing, even though I believe he took a loss in week 1, correct? No, he lost to the Eagles. He lost to the Eagles. Now week 1, he lost to the Eagles. Yeah, he lost to Matty Ice last week. Right. Even though he took their loss, that's against a easily top 5 using the DML. I think that this is going to be a matchup where, it gets things back going, because Madden seems to just not be fucking with the Detroit Lions in this cycle. So I think that this will be even though it's a divisional game, this will be a game that that the Bucs gets his rhythm back going into week 4. So with my pick, I'm taking the Bucs, loading everybody up with that full tank of gas, riding in the week 4 to W. Who you got with your pick?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Bears, man. I mean, Taz, man, Taz, he balls, man. He balls, but it's just like that Madden fuckery just always hit him, man. And he gonna let you know in the chat. He gonna clip that shit and he gonna post it. He hit me in the DM after our first game. We played the first game of the season and I won. It was a good game, man. It was actually kind of a tough game, man. He hit me in the DM about a play, interception that I got. That was, with some Madden BS up in there, But yeah, he gonna definitely let you know about that fuckery. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Bears, man, on this one right here.
So we both took the Bears, man. Vegas got the Bears favorite by 7.5 points. We both think Vegas got it right. So let's see what's gonna happen. Next up, we got C-Rob and the Carolina Panthers versus Nasty Snoop and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm gonna let you lead with this because this is your conference. What's your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, C-Rob and the commission, Nasty Snoop, man, they always, kind of go at it, whenever they play each other. You look at Nasty Snoop and you look at those Falcons, they sitting at 0-2 right now. Offensively, they scoring points on offense, but, they actually not scoring points on offense. They 28th in the league, 11 points per game, and they're allowing 20 points per game. And it looks like the Achilles heel for this team right here, right now, is they're giving up 171 passing yards per game and 99 rushing yards per game. So he needs to tighten up on the defensive side of the ball. If you know anything about C-Rob, man, he likes to run that inside zone with a speedy running back, which he got right now. And I believe he still has McCaffrey. He's going to run that ball, man. So Nasty Noob, he's going to have to make sure he have those linebackers in position to stop that run because the inside zone is coming. And, he also likes to hit those big receivers down the middle of the field. He mixes it up pretty good, man. But I think these guys, know each other pretty well. But, just looking at it from a statistical standpoint, man, I think that C-Rob and the Panthers at 21 points per game, I think they will overcome that Falcons defense and probably put up 21 points this game. And Nasty Snoop will probably be right where he averages, about 11 points. So, with that being said, I'm going to go with those Carolina Panthers, man.
Yeah, man, this matchup right here, just looking at it, I watched them play last year. It's like, this is a guy that, I believe they put in each other's division for multiple cycles. So, you begin to know, what he likes to, like, you figure out what he likes to do. No matter what Madden that y'all in, you figure out, like, this guy, I know his foundation of what stuff he likes to run, how he likes to run it, So, last season, what's making this matchup tough, in my opinion, for the Falcons is C-Rob sprinkled in some new stuff. Now, what that new stuff is, some people call it cheese, some people call it Parmesan cheese. I don't know what it is, but I think that it's definitely making it difficult for those Atlanta Falcons, man, because they can't seem to adjust to the new game style. But that's not an excuse. The Falcons, they got to figure it out. But in this matchup, man, I like the way those Falcons played week 1 against the Saints, and I like how they came out and played against tight working those Miami Dolphins last week. If he can figure out how to sprinkle in a new play here and a new play there in this matchup, I think he get the W, man. Even though my gut is telling me that C-Rob and that Parmesan cheese, man, can get the W. I'm gonna go against my gut with this one, man. And I'm gonna take a nasty snoop in Atlanta if I was getting a W at home. And Vegas got the Carolina Panthers favorite by 5.5 points. You think Vegas got it right? I think Vegas got it wrong. Next up, we got JB and those Denver Broncos versus Eddie Forrest and the Los Angeles Chargers. This matchup right here, man, I'm telling you right now, is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be a close game, where the Denver Broncos are right there at the end, or it's going to be a blowout and somebody's going to be getting nuggets with a side of donuts. Because the Denver Broncos is just like the Detroit Lions. Man is just not fucking with them, in my opinion. But what's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I mean, I'm looking at JB stats. It's a small sample size, man. It's only one game. He's sitting at 0-1, but defensively, I mean, he's first in the league in rushing yards allowed 13, and passing yards 29. That's first in the league, but. It goes back to what we was talking about earlier. It's just a small sample size, so I don't know that if we should really go with that too tough. But yeah, I think Andy Force, man, Dynasty Super Bowl winner for the first season of this cycle, man. I think he's gonna go ahead and get the W. But JB was in my division last year, man. He's a good player, man. But like Taz, man, just can't overcome the Madden bullshit, man. So I'm gonna take the Chargers on this one.
So in the last pick of week 3, we both agree that the LA Chargers get the W going into week 4. Those are our picks for the DML week 3 matchups. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray. My co-host, King Vitamin, man. Thanks for jumping on the show, man. It's always a pleasure doing the show with you. With that being said, we out.